Hello my lovelies, it is time for round 28 of my Have I Read It? So stay tuned. Hey, hello, hi, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, Have I Read It is one of my many ways that I pick a TBR for the month. This way is one where you get to vote on what I read. So I go back and I watch one of my hauls that I've done that was like over 3 years ago, and I tell you whether I've read the book, if I haven't read the book, or if I've unhauled the book. And out of the ones that I haven't read, you get to vote which one or multiple ones that I get to read. You can vote for as many books as you want, but how many I read is based on how many is in the stack. So if there are 10 or less, then I only have to pick the number 1 voted book. If there's 11 to 20, I have to pick the top 2 voted books. 21 to 30, the top 3, and so on and so on. I have had times where I've had to have 3 books, and I do multiple of these videos in a month. So you're normally gonna get at least 2 videos a month. And I think in December, I had to read 3 from one video and 3 from another. But then last month, there was no vote on one of the videos because there was only 1 book that had been read, and that was the first time ever. And then the other video, there were only 2, so it was a vote between one or the other. So the 2 videos that I will be reacting to this month are the Book Outlet April haul part 1 and the Book Outlet April haul part 2 from 2018. I had 4 boxes of books that I had gotten from Book Outlet, and so I split it into 2 videos. So I will be reacting to both of those videos this month. Yeah. Fingers crossed we do just as well as last month, but I think that was a very rare occurrence. Okay, I've got the video pulled up here, so let's get started. Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. So today I have a Book Outlet haul for you, so stay tuned. Oops, I did it again. I bought too many books, but that just means more to show you. And because I have 4 boxes here, I'm actually going to split this into 2 parts. So this is part 1, and we'll just do the top 2 boxes in this video, and we will wait and do the bottom 2 boxes in the next one. So let me move these out of the way and we shall get started. Okay, got my first box here. Got my receipt. Paper, paper, paper. Okay, so the first book in my box is Going Bovine by Libba Bray, and I have read Going Bovine. I love when I start a video where I've actually read the book, though most of the time that'll be like the only book that I've read the entire video, but I always get excited when at least the first book is one that I've read. Continuing on. Okay, the next thing is this gigantic book here. And thank goodness I've already read it. It's The Sweet Far Thing by Libba Bray. I have read The Sweet Far Thing, so yay, there's 2. Ooh. I don't know why I get so excited, because I know it's not going to continue. Continuing on. Okay, so the next 3 books in this box are part of a series, but it's not the complete series. It's a 5-book series, and I'm missing books 1 and 3. But we have The Last Good Girl, Discretion, and A Good Killing. And these are book 2, book 4, and book 5 of the Anna Curtis series by Alison Leota. Yeah, I don't know that I ever got the first book, so hold on. Okay, so I don't have the first book. It looks like I did eventually get book 3, so I have all of them except for the first book. So I'll either buy the first book, like if this book gets voted for, I'll either buy the first book, find it at my library, or listen to it on Scribd or Hoopla or something like that. But I have this one to hold in its place. Book 1 is called Law of Attraction, and I've got it pulled up here on Goodreads. It says, as a newly minted assistant U.S. attorney in Washington, D.C., Anna Curtis has already developed thick skin to deal with the brutality she encounters with her daily stack of domestic violence cases. Yet when LaPria Johnson walks into Anna's life, battered by her boyfriend on the morning after Valentine's Day, there's something about this particular case that Anna can't quite shake. Something that reminds the prosecutor of her own troubled past. And there's like 3 more paragraphs, and I'm not going to read all that. This is the Anna Curtis series. It says legal thrillers featuring Anna Curtis, a prosecutor at the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C. So, if you want me to read the first book, vote Law of Attraction. Alright, let me get back to the video. Let's see what's next. So that's 3 books that I haven't read, though only 1 counts for the stack because that's how I do it with series. Alright, continuing on. Okay, so the next book in my box is Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire. That I have actually read that one. Love, 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 love the Wayward Children series. I actually need to get more of that series. Next. Okay, so the next book in my box is The Killing Jar by Jennifer Bosworth. I have not read The Killing Jar, so let me go find that. Okay, I don't remember anything at all about this book. Let's see. 17-year-old Kenna Marsden has a secret. She's haunted by a violent tragedy she can't explain. Kenna's past has kept people, even her own mother, at a distance for years. Just when she finds a friend who loves her and life begins to improve, she's plunged into a new nightmare. Her mom and twin sister are attacked, and the dark powers Kenna has struggled to suppress awaken with a vengeance. On the heels of the assault, Kenna is exiled to a nearby commune known as Eclipse to live with a relative she never knew she had. There she discovers an extraordinary new way of life as she learns who she really is and the wonders she's capable of. For the first time, she starts to feel like she belongs somewhere, that her terrible secret makes her beautiful and strong, not dangerous. But the longer she stays at Eclipse, the more she senses there is something menacing lurking underneath this idyllic veneer. And she begins to suspect that her new family may have sinister plans for her. Ooh, okay. So if you want me to read this, vote The Killing Jar. All right, next up. So sorry if I have an angle change, but my battery was dying, so I had to change that really quick. Okay, so the next book in my box is My Lady Jane by the Lady Janies, and that's Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. Okay, I have not read that one. I think that's the first in the series, so let me double check. Okay, it is the first book, so let me go find that. Let's see. Edward is the King of England. He's also dying, which is convenient, and he's only 16, and he'd much rather be planning for his first kiss than considering who will inherit his crown. Jane is Edward's cousin and far more interested in books than in romance. Unfortunately for Jane, Edward has arranged to marry her off to secure the line of succession, and there's something a little odd about her intended. Her intended is a horse. That is, he's an Ethian for the uninitiated. Every day at dawn he becomes a noble chestnut steed, but then he wakes at dusk with a mouthful of hay. It's all very undignified. The plot thickens as Edward, Jane, and G are drawn into a dangerous conspiracy with the fate of the kingdom at stake. Our heroes will have to engage in some conspiring of their own, but can they pull off their plan before it's off with their heads? Interesting. Okay, so if you want me to read this, vote My Lady Jane. Alright, let me get back to the video. Alright, you know what? This might not be too terribly bad because we're a little less than halfway, but still, we only have 3 books at this point, so it's not terrible. we'll see. All right, next up. Okay, so the last book in this box is The Lost Girls by Heather Young. I have not read The Lost Girls. Let me check and make sure that's not part of a series or anything. Okay, it is not, so let me go grab that. All right, this says, in 1935, 6-year-old Emily vanishes from her family's vacation home on a remote Minnesota lake. Her mother and 2 older sisters spend the rest of their lives there, hoping in vain the lost child will walk out of the woods. 60 years later, Justine inherits the house from her great aunt along with a notebook that tells the story of that devastating summer. Justine sees the lake house as a chance to escape her manipulative boyfriend and give her daughters a stable home. But the Minnesota winter has begun. The house is cold and dilapidated, and her only neighbor is a strange old man who seems to know more than he's telling about the summer of 1935. In a house haunted by the sorrows of the women who came before her, Justine must overcome their tragic legacy to save herself and her children. All right, so if you want me to read this, vote The Lost Girls. All right, next up. Okay, so that is all in this box. Let's move those out of the way and we'll get the next box. Okay, now onto this box. Paper, receipt, and we got a $5 coupon. Okay, so this box is a box of kind of fun, artsy, craftsy kind of stuff. A lot of it was for, I mean, some of it was for me, but a lot of it is actually for Xander. So the first thing in here is dollar bill origami, another way to impress your friends with money. Okay, the dollar bill origami, I gave that to Xander, so I'm gonna mark that as unhauled. Though I think there's a possibility that he has actually unhauled that as well, but I'm not entirely sure. All right, next. I have this really awesome Connect the Dots book where like everything's got like 2,000 or all of the little puzzles or whatever, they have like over 1,000 dots. And I think some of them have like 2,000 dots, and it's difficult, but the pictures come out really, 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 really cool. And Xander wanted one like that, so I got him a Star Wars one. Okay, I gave that one to Xander, so I'm marking it as unhauled. Though honestly, I don't think he ever actually used it. Next. Also, Xander's getting really big into drawing and sketching and that kind of thing. And also, since we're homeschooling, you know, we have some art time. And so I got him How to Draw Angry Birds. Marking this one as unhauled too, because this is one that I gave to Xander, but I do know that he unhauled this one because he wasn't interested, or at least not recently wasn't interested. All right, next. Next we have, for the same reasons, for arts and crafts time with Xander, we have Craft Smart Paper Craft, 12 inspiring paper craft projects for you to try. Yep, that one's been unhauled too. I might have even, I may still have it like in an unhaul like pile or something somewhere, or I might have actually already given that away to my sister for my nephews. I'm not 100% certain about that. Next. Next, we have these really cool dot to dots that I didn't even know existed, and they're called Connect and Color. So they're these really difficult dot to dots, like connect the dots, but then afterwards, once you've got it all connected, it's like an adult coloring book. So that's really cool. So we have Great Escapes, Mindful, and Wild Kingdom. Okay, so because these are like connect the dot kind of things, I guess I'm just going to mark them as red because there's not really, I mean, I obviously have not gone through and done all of them, but there's not actually any reading involved there. So yeah, I'm just going to mark them as red. Next. And then I got a couple for me too because I really enjoy these. I got Disney Princess dot to dot. Again, another dot to dot, so I'm just gonna mark that as red. Next. And the next one that I got for, well, I really got it for me, but I guess Xander can use it too, because he's actually really big into space and that kind of thing. So he would probably enjoy this one as well. It is a star to star astronomical dot to dot puzzles. Another dot to dot, and that is one that I kept for myself, so I'm just gonna mark it as red. Next. And then more paper. And then the last thing in this box, we have cartooning, how to draw and paint 100 cartoon faces and expressions. Again, that was one that I got for Xander, though I think he may have already unhauled that one as well. And that was the last. That was it. That was the last. Wow. Okay. That was not as bad as I expected it to be. We only have 4 books here. So we have this one, which we'll say is Law of Attraction, The Killing Jar, My Lady Jane, or The Lost Girls. I only have to pick the #1 voted book, though you can vote for as many of these books as you like. Which book or books would you like to vote for? Comment down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!